Good day, I'm Andry, and once again we are on our way to the rich and unique world of Sufi poetry. Today we shall be on a journey of love, and I shall be presenting one of my most cherished and favorite Sufi poets, YUNUS EMRE. He was a 13th century Anatolian poet who is very highly regarded not only in Turkey but worldwide. And really, if you ask me, I'm so delighted that I can show you what kind of poetry he wrote and how this poetry can be treated not only through a poetical canon and expressiveness, but through the most beautiful philosophical perspectives within Sufi frame. He is really one of the most remarkable cultural icons that the world ever has been seen. And UNESCO felt important to honor three wise men from Anatolia and eventually declared 2021 as the year of Ahi Evran, Hacı Bektashi Veli and Yunus Emre. Really, it is time, no matter on UNESCO and no matter of anything, to celebrate fully and sincerely and draw attention to Yunus Emre's creative contribution in a world's poetry. So we shall begin with a statement that Yunus Emre is unfortunately not that well known as Persian poet Rumi Mawlana, who was born into a scholarly family. Unlike Yunus Emre's origins were far more humble, rooted in a poor and simple and illiterate peasant soil. That's why he is a kind of a very, very special figure to me. Importantly, as an itinerant Sufi poet, Yunus Emre really expanded the development and spread of Turkish language, which I need to highlight, and also the development and spread of Anatolian culture through his profound, really creative, beneficial, philosophical, very wise folk poems presented to everyday listeners in quite simple and comprehensible forms. Continuing to this day, Yunus Emre is recognized for contributions to the literature, not only on universal love, mysticism, esotericism, Islamic mysticism, but universal humanism. So Yunus Emre has even been described as the creator of Turkish Sufi literature, catering and caring to the public's tastes. So, if anyone of you saw a TV series, Yunus Emre, Journey of Love, will know and will be pretty much acquainted in a visual way with the teachings of this beautiful man and itinerant Sufi poet. We all know that Yunus Emre is far more unconventionally conventional than Mawlana. And Yunus Emre, as we are getting to know his life and his vital circumstances, he goes through under the guidance of his Sufi sheikh, great Tapduk Emre. So later on in my ongoing publications, I shall be offering my insights and also my reflections on some of the most unique Sufi traditions portrayed in this very rendering of Yunus as he seeks continually and perpetually personal experience and knowledge of God. Also, I shall be interlinking all of my insights, descriptions within a Sufi context, which is much wider and much problematic, that I believe correlates also with some psychoanalytic, Jungian, and also Fromian ideas about the process of transformation as culturally influenced, but also universal, because it is a kind of a route of the soul or itinerary of the soul. So let us go and see how this beautiful and unique portraying and imaging of Yunus Emre, firstly as a qadr or Islamic judge, started, and how his journey of love began, and how it was received among his friends, acquaintances, Sufis, and also others. So we have many portrayings and many ways of illustrating a personality of Yunus Emre. So we all know that Yunus Emre was pretty much not a rigid, but a formalist and formalistic Islamic judge who really didn't have any kind of contact or relativity to poetical canons or expressiveness, or even with poetical enthusiastic sentiment. We know that the central action when we are trying to analyze his persona begins with a chance encounter between Yunus Emre and a seemingly simple old man. Seemingly, I accentuate. Only later does he realize that this old man is actually the famous mystic Sheikh Tapduk Emre. At this early point in a very long and very unpredictably fascinating tale, Yunus Emre is under the illusion that going through scholarly training has automatically made him a just, wise, accomplished, and enlightened person. But really, the story, it isn't as this simple as it seems. And this TV series made about his life clearly highlights the harshly opinionated, exclusively analytical, righteously arrogant, and rigidly exacting behaviors that dominate the performance of his new role as a judge or as a kind of Islamic legal expert. But life is a wonder for a Sufi, and also life is a gift for a Sufi, not only for his own sake and for his own benefit and for his own beneficial um, status regarding lover and the beloved, but something that is beyond, no matter how, where, and with whom, our control, and guided by the divine light. One really wonders why someone who wrote this screenplay a kind of intentionally changed the conventional historical account of Yunus Emre, who was born as a poor, illiterate peasant to a scholarly Islamic judge. Because this is what strikes the most, that he was a poor, illiterate peasant who really elevated himself in every single way to someone who can be called one of the most astonishing Sufi figures ever born. I sense that this shift that was made was deliberate and also used as a kind of a dramatic device to accentuate the striking fact of transformational processes within a man and spiritual maturation that Yunus Emre undergoes, guided by his sheikh, by his master, great Tapduk Emre. Who was really and who really was Yunus Emre? We shall see in my outgoing publication on both Buy Me Coffee and Patreon platforms, and also on YouTube channel as well. So in my outgoing publication, we shall see how surprising and dramatic changes occurred within and without Yunus Emre's, and how his version of his own self and how his version of the other and lover and the beloved, we shall see in my outgoing publication, and also we shall make a kind of a comparisons between some of the most astonishing and also vital features held by psychoanalytic scholars, and also some of the greatest Sufi interprets and scholars worldwide, and also my professor and mentor. So as we shall be going further, we shall see that Yunus Emre really was encountering people that he should encounter. Yunus synchronistically encounters Tapduk Emre, who takes him beyond the spirit of the times and mediates discovery of the spirit of depths, eventually revealed as a unique, very sincere relationship with God and his own true nature.